All right. So I have a question in regards to how you measure success when it comes to those projects that you take on. Is it the amount of people that get involved or the amount of
Mm,
money that gets donated or product? How is it that you measure it?
that's exactly it. I would say that that's actually my number one is kind of how many people got involved. But um, I would say overall, we like ask ourselves a bunch of questions to determine whether or not something we did was successful.
Mhm.
So what was the impact of the work we did? Yes. How much money did we raise? How many, voices did we uplift? How many new followers did this organization gain that they can now share back information with, or newsletter signups and ways that they can actually continue to engage this community? How many lives have we changed? And then, of course, like how did the fans react and engage with this campaign, and how might that compare, to similar campaigns with other artists? So I am a competitive person in the sense that like I want us to create the most impact, and so I am looking at what others are doing and seeing how our engagement kind of matches up. And I think we even tend to forget that at the end of the day, the fans are the power behind these artists, because they are watching them and they know this, if this is important to Ariana, like this might be important to me too. Like I should look into it, I should research. And they really, really do. And they find out more about the organizations and they donate and they support. But then, of course, in terms of the impact, I'm also thinking like, is the artist happy? And I know that at the end of the day, I am in client services. Like, are they fulfilled? Is this something that they would want to do more of? And I think it's easy to forget that that's very important too, because we want them to feel good about the work and continue to engage long term. But the fan piece, I think, is what's often overlooked and what people don't really necessarily think about when they think about the success of a campaign. Like with Ariana and Headcount, we placed Headcount on tour with Ariana for her Sweetener World Tour in 2019. And what was so key with that was that we designed a very I guess you could say like it had an Ariana vibe completely. So Headcount goes on tour with artists all the time. They register people to vote on site, and they've been with the biggest artists in the world, and they just set up their Headcount booth, and people go through the concourse and they go, oh, there's where you can register to vote, and kind of move on. But it always felt like the Headcount booth at a show. And this was the first time that we said, you know what, if we're going to do this together, we're going to do the most successful campaign you've ever done. Like, let's design this where it really truly feels authentic to this tour and artist, and everything from like the font to the color to the messaging to the t-shirts, like everything is going to feel completely authentic and designed by Ariana. And so that's what we did. And we broke all of their records, registered more people on tour than anyone had done ever before. And that was really, amazing to see. And I think it's because the fans really knew it came from her. Like it was what she wanted, not just something we stuck on the concourse to maybe do some good. So I think it's all about, what we put in, and then the metrics that we measure afterwards. We see a different result when we really, build something authentically.
That's cool. I love that. I love the authenticity piece to it. I'm assuming that's why the artist can connect so deeply with this company too,
Yeah.
because they feel listened to.
Yes. I mean, I hope so. That's what it's all about. And, we're in a position where we have the resources, we can help and make a difference. So when they're game, like we're all in, and we're going to do everything we can to really make sure that, we make a difference. So feel very lucky.
All right. So what's next for you and for SB projects? What are you excited about next?
I'm so excited that people are performing live again. It has been, really sad not to go to live
Yeah.
shows. So it's really fun to see that happening again. We have just started working with a platform called Propeller that I really love. I talked a lot about fans taking action. One thing I didn't mention is that, sometimes we use really fun incentives to help fans take action. So we've done this with Demi, and we have done it with Justin. We have one up with Justin and Demi right now, actually, and hoping to do more when they go on tour, especially when Justin goes on tour. But essentially what we do is we offer like very unique experiences, or, art pieces like the ones I mentioned that Justin created that are signed, or like Demi's photography, or items of clothing from Demi's closet, and we put those up for auction. But instead of, the highest bidder winning, fans can take action in order to enter to win these really unique experiences and items. And some of those actions are really easy. It's like signing a petition or subscribing to a nonprofit's newsletter, like some of the actions we talked about earlier. But then some of them are much deeper. Like we had